you a journey through faith, strength, and history. Olumire is more than a waterfall. It is a monument of nature, a heritage of Osun State, a national treasure waiting to be fully revealed. This is Olumire. This is Osun tourism beyond impossibilities.
Arise and shine. Good morning, Nigeria. Good morning, world. You are welcome to Morning Spring today on Western Spring Television. It's a beautiful morning for you, beautiful people. You know, and by the way, by all means and intent, the dry season is here. And of course, it has come with its own Ida and Ida. You know, it was a bit hot in the night, but thank God we are here. Femi Ojo is my name, and we are here to talk about what truly matters as far as it's about these states, these nations, for Nigeria. The project Nigeria, we must not fail. That is why we are here, and we converse every day with Femi Tokwe. Good morning.
Good morning, Femi.
Yeah.
All right. How did you do?
Yeah.
All right. So it was a culmination of the anniversary of Rave 91.7 FM and Western Spring Television yesterday. It was the highlight of the whole program. And so we had the dinner and awards night yesterday. Congratulations to all the awardees. Those who have put in meritorious surveys over the years. A big congratulations to the station and to our well-wishers. We say thank you for having kept faith this past 10 years of Rave and the past 3 years on this station. It's a beautiful morning again to be back for the penultimate installment of Morning Spring and Western Spring Television right here today, and to serve you the headlines making the faces of the dailies and then bringing you topical issues that are rightfully dissected and analyzed by our analysts on the station. My name is Timmy Tokwe Ajijolaoluwaola, saying good morning to you and welcome aboard the show this morning.
Right, and the time is now. So much to really look into today, but for the exigency of time, we go straight to the papers. But just before that, many persons are reacting to this declaration of the state of emergency on insecurity in Nigeria. And many persons are saying, finally, maybe the president is saying something. Maybe he's not just reacting, maybe he's responding to issues right now. So we look into all of those and the implication of that. And if actually we will be thorough with that, not just to play to the gallery and make it look like the people at the M of Affairs are working. The state of emergency theme has been well thought out, and there are components to that the president talked about, the recruitment of security personnel, you know, from the military end to the police end, and all of those things. And then Nigerians are saying, we wait to see how these will work.
Right. You know, it was early this week or last week that I was asking one of the analysts on the show, and I was asking him, why is it that we cannot declare a state of emergency in all of this, you know, states that are rightfully affected? But the fact that, you know, at long last, just like people said, that the president has woken up to this reality.
Right.
It's very, very important. It's a step in the right direction. We commend that. But some people will say that it's too late and we can't afford to keep going on like that right here. And then talking about the recruitments, I mean, those are the points from the statement, you know, from the president yesterday. The recruitment of, I think, 20,000 more, you know, personnel into the police. And he said that for the army as well. But there are some points there that we're going to be asking this morning in the course of the show about what the crash, training would mean, later on in, for the police, for all of these new recruits and all of that. I mean, these people are not new, but they're going to be new at the front line of whatever it is they want to use them for at this time. Some issues are there that, as much as these are, desperate times, what does it purport for these people, in the long run? Or is it that it's going to be a crash training at the inception and they're going to be having a more thorough training later on after this? So, lots of questions that I'm asking in my head and that all the Nigerians still, want to know.
Right, and all of this will be put to our analyst in the course of the program. But right now, the papers are in. Stay with us. All right, the newspaper headline segment is next, where we give you various headlines from our major dailies, and the time for that is now. We kickstart that segment this morning from the Vanguard newspaper for today. Or better still, let's start from the Punch. The Punch newspaper: abduction crisis, Tinubu declares emergency as NAS reject bandit negotiations. Abduction crisis, Tinubu declares emergency as NAS rejects bandit negotiations. All right, and Senate rams hot talks with bandits. Criticisms mount over rising insecurity. Massive military recruitment begins. And below that, you have the development, ugly one, happening in Guinea-Bissau. ECOWAS, AU condemn military takeover in Guinea-Bissau. The military has taken over in a coup, palace coup. That's what they call it, bloodless. But then it has toppled the government of the man there, and the military has taken over. And of course, a series of condemnation is being done by the ECOWAS and the African Union. And there you have the picture of Brigadier General Dennis Nkombo, or Nkoa rather, Center. He's the head of the military office at the Guinea-Bissau presidency, and he gave a press conference at the general staff of the armed forces following, the takeover power in Guinea-Bissau. Below that, insecurity, Tinubu demands headers surrender guns. Tinubu demands headers surrender guns.
Yes.
All right, and missing items spark face-off between customer and Abuja Mall. Missing items spark face-off between customer and Abuja Mall. An alleged $14.8 million fraud. Alleged $14.8 million fraud. Silver asks EFCC for appearance date. Top strip. Mahmoud spent ransom share on cars and luxury trips. Remember that bandit negotiator, actually, kidnapping negotiator, Tuko Mamu, actually, was, picked up by the state a few years ago, and the DSS given an update on him to say Mamu spent ransom share on cars and luxury trips. And so it's one thing, the moment you're seeing people being apologetic to, these bandit cause, it's only logical for you to know that there is more than meets the eye. And that man was a negotiator. So what he does was whatever problem happens, he goes as negotiator. More like somebody who has the ears of these bandits. But later, I think there was intelligence on him and the DSS. They are saying these now. And finally, Tinubu sent 3 ambassadorial nominee to Senate. I wonder why the president is doing that, because even the 3 nominee are non-career ambassadorial nominee. Only 3 of them. And by the way, Nigeria has no ambassador in any nation of the world as far as this nation is concerned. And I don't know what the president is doing or whatever game or whatever list is being compiled for more than 2 years, as far as President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is concerned. So it's not the way it's supposed to be, but that will be all from the Punch for today, at least.
All right, so let's move now to Daily Trust newspaper, and it has this here. President Ambalo arrested as military stages coup in Guinea-Bissau. That's below the nameplate right there. Beside that, police withdraw from VIPs. Our lives in danger, says lawmakers. All right, beside that, President declares emergency on insecurity, orders massive recruitment into police, army. The major headline there says released, rescued, or ransomed. That's a question right there for all to answer. Tinubu appoints former security chiefs, diplomats as ambassadors. Child scalps exhumed, stolen in Yobe. Freed Kebbi schoolgirls speaks on 8 days with bandits. Besides that, police hunt for suspects after discovery of ammunition in Zaria. Those very controversial, thought-provoking headlines right there on Daily Trust newspaper this morning.
Right, the nation is next. Talking about this nation, emergency and security. Tinubu okays state police. Tinubu okay, state police. It means let's have it. Now, National Assembly to amend law, military police to recruit more men, and highlight from that particular decision. Nationwide security emergency declared. Multiple new security measures announced. DSS to flush out bandits from forest. Ranching mandatory to address farmer header conflicts. Police to recruit an additional 20,000 personnel. The President hails troops, mourns slain officers. Southern governors, state police, non-negotiable. And there is a quote, those who want to test our resolve should never mistake our restraint for weakness. This administration has the courage and determination to keep the country safe and ensure our citizens live in peace. I think that particular statement or resolve should be shown rather than being talked about, actually. And just above that, Dame makes Dari Babarinsa Najim Jima way looking for honorary fellows. And below that, you have Unity of Purpose from left, Cross River State Deputy Governor Peter Oderi, Osun State Deputy Governor Kola Adewusi, Oyo State Deputy Governor Bayo Lawal, Ebonyi State Governor Francis Nwefuru, the Vice Chairman, Southern Governors Forum, Anambra State Governors Charles Soludo, Southern Governors Forum, the Chairman of the Southern Governors Forum, that's the Governor of Ogun State, Governor Dapo Abiodun. All of them were in Ikperu Remo yesterday. For the Southern Governors Forum and Southern Nigerian Traditional Rulers Council meeting. You saw them in the Adire. All of them interesting. And you can see Sim Fubara as well, and other governors, Umo Eno, and all other governors. And I'm sure that is why they came out with that position, saying they are outlining their security plan for the zone and all of those things. Senate passes resolution for citizens to own firearms. Don't pull Kebbi girls out of school. Pupils reunite with families. And $2.2 million undeclared cash seized at airport in 6 months. An ex-DSS DG, ex-NIA boss, envoy tipped as ambassadors. Talking about Delhato, talking about Mr. and of course another person there. And bottom strip, the route to Papiri where pupils were abducted. And federal government's 50 billion seed fund for agri. That'll be all from the nation, talking about these nations today.
All right, Nigerian Tribune has this to say. Tinubu declares nationwide security emergency as the banner headline on Nigerian Tribune. Several riders to that story. Orders armed forces, police to recruit more personnel. Calls on us to review laws that will allow states requiring state police to establish them. Wants herders to end open grazing, surrender illegal weapons. Police to use NYC cars as training depots. Federal government to support state governments set up security outfits. DSS to deploy forest guards to flush out terrorists. Mosques, churches, and vulnerable areas to seek security protection when to Gaza. That also involves schools. It said that schools will set up boarding houses and outskirts should also seek security protection. And that's that. On that story, Tinubu declares nationwide emergency, security emergency. Until the pictorial depiction there, Southern governors, traditional rulers meet, discuss security of region. Riders approve zonal security fund, pass vote of confidence, and Tinubu. Senate in intense debate over rising insecurity. Senate in intense debate over rising insecurity, and several riders to that as well. Moves to classify kidnapping as terrorism. Proposes death penalty for kidnappers. Demands probe sanctions against commander who withdrew troops before Kebbi schoolgirls kidnapped. Below that particular story as this, Kaka rebirth. Or your government approves 3.03 billion naira rejuvenation project. For core rebirth, or your government approves 3.03 billion naira rejuvenation project. That particular story is on the bottom strip of Nigerian Tribune. And to these other, Delta State Governor, Right Honorable Sharif Abarawari, laying the 2026 budget proposal before the Delta State House of Assembly in Asaba on Wednesday. To the top strip of the Nigerian Tribune, at last, Tinubu begins appointment of ambassadors. Nominates Kayode Are Aminu Dala to Ayodele Oke to Senate for confirmation. Circular Road, Makinde caps project at 150 million and developed areas. Opello holds security meeting, beefs up surveillance along highways, communities, and Edo. Those headlines right there on Nigerian Tribune this morning.
Well, next up is the Daily Sun. Let's have a feel of what the front page of the Daily Sun looks like. Tinubu okays massive military police recruitment, declares emergency in security. And below that, you have the picture of the rescued Maga school girls at Kebbi State Government House before a handover to their parents yesterday. Nice to see that at least the parents will be happy. We hope, I hope, and that the student get the medical help that they need.
Yeah.
Talking about evaluation, actually, of their state of mind. And next to that picture is that of the FCT Minister, Yeson Wike, with project manager Gilmore Nigeria Limited, Roman Patrick Clark, with others during inspection of project at Guzapi 11th District, Abuja yesterday. And Edo government urges residents not to panic over security threat. I hope they are well covered, not just urging them not to panic. Right, and Wike vows strict action against unauthorized school closure in a FCT. There was a report that there has been a circular to the effect that some schools in the FCT should be closed, only for the FCT minister to refute that, for the FCT ministry to refute that and say it's false and the circular was unauthorized, and the person, I think the mandate secretary in charge of education, has been sanctioned, for going out with unauthorized, documents. Tension in Guinea-Bissau as military takes over power, detains president. And the state police, non-negotiable, insist southern governors. State police, non-negotiable, insist Southern governors, and Senate demands security team rejig tougher actions with these riders. Moves to make kidnapping capital offense. Seeks law review to permit Nigerians to freely own guns. Reps urged government to show political will, courage, and senators must tell President truth, not commendation. Senators must tell President the truth, not commendation. Dixon. All right. These and others that we've taken are, what the front pages of major dailies in Nigeria look like.
And I would like to give a comment on this part that said, Kabi schoolgirls not molested by terrorists. That's coming from the government. I beg to differ on that. And I'd say that molestation in this case doesn't exactly have to be, the actual engagement in a sexual act. It could mean touching a person in an unwanted manner, exposure of genitalia, and all of that. So, if this statement is coming, it should mean that the children themselves, the students, have given an account that's nothing, even in part, in this particular context.
Yeah, ordinarily, you expect that those children will have been debriefed.
They would have been, but
maybe
I doubt.
That's why the government came out with this position to say they have not. But then it's good that you said it's not just by the extreme molestation alone. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
We're talking
so
about
it can mean all
children
forms
there.
of harassment.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
and I doubt. That's why I'm doubting that didn't, because it happened. We're taking it forcefully, and that involves malhandling them, touching them in places that are unexpected.
Yeah.
So that statement should not be coming out. They were molested. That's just it.
All right. We'll talk about these and more. That will be at the other side of this break. It's Morning Spring on Western Spring Television. And we are beaming live on channel 190 on StarTimes DTT, and also on our social media handles, YouTube, Western Spring Television, NG. State of emergency on education or national emergency on security. Stay with us.